My eyebrow. Oh, it kind of looks like I have a bald spot on my eyebrow.
Oh, I didn't do it.
I know that was my fault.
Why does it look like that on a
But
lot of females' eyebrows? Like it just like some of them won't have nothing at all, and they'll draw it in. Which yours looks good. It looks good. It looks good on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying.
well, I try to match. It's always good to match your like the eyebrow color with your hair color. That's what I've tried to do, and I use a dark brown
Well, no, it looks good though.
because brown looks red on my face, and it just looks fucked up. Yes, so I use a dark brown. My mom doesn't like the fact that I color in, that I pencil in or I draw in my eyebrows. But like, mom, I have to because without it, it looks like my face looks weird.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
They used to be a lot thicker, but I've gotten older and they fall out.
Oh, your eyebrows?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm. I used to. I used to be a lot thicker, but as I've gotten older, they get because I really don't pluck them that often. Just a little outer, like the excess hairs. I used to get them threaded, but I feel like that there's no need to thread no more.
You're the only girlfriend that actually fix my shit up. For real. Like, normally, okay, look. Like,
I groomed his eyebrows.
Like, yeah, she did, man. And she, like, spent, like, some time. That's how you know my shit was thick. She spent some fucking quality
because
time.
there was
on
like
my shit.
there was a hair that was like an inch long, and it was like, that shit's bothering me. Just like, it was sticking out like a sore thumb. It was.
Like, she just looked at me from the side, and I swear to God, look, I was looking straight, and I seen her. Look straight, and I seen you. Like, look, no, I'm talking about this way. Like, I seen you just creep up, and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it is right there.
What's your favorite movie? Mine is Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite movie.
Mine's has got to be, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Training Day.
Really?
Training Day. I Am Legend. You know, I'm into stuff like that. Like if it's a real dramatic movie,
apocalyptic type of shit. That's what is,
yeah,
really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Training Day is, and Training Day is just. Have you ever seen Training Day?
I've seen like parts of it. Yeah. But I have a lot of favorite movies, but Lord of the Rings is like that film. When I saw it in theaters, my mom fell asleep during that movie. I'm like, how can you fall asleep front row? We were like front row, and so it was like real loud, and she was just like passed out. like, how are you sleeping?
I think my mom went to sleep too, but I was like,
I'm like, she just finds that stuff kind of boring.
I mean, it's not really. I was really into it as a child growing up. Like I was really getting into it, but the neighborhood I was in, and the people that I surrounded myself with, they were into the same thing. Well, it was just one dude. You know what I'm saying? He was like one of my. He was a neighbor. It was my best friend. It was one of my best friends at the time, and it was weird, man, because I stayed in Grapevine, Texas, and it was all single mothers in this one apartment. There was one lady above. She was a single mother of 2 kids, and there was one lady next, like across the hall from me. She had her son living there. You know what I'm saying? Single mother as well. And then upstairs from her was another single mother with 2 boys. And so it was just, everybody just got along with each other, And I liked it over there, man. And then I moved to Grand Prairie, and then that's where I got into everything else. So I like it. It like came, like the background I came from was like from a nice neighborhood to a fucked up neighborhood, to where you gotta watch yourself all the time and shit like that. But yeah. My bad. I'm getting off subject. But yeah. It was just the people I surrounded myself with. You know, who do you have around you? You were just into that as a person.
Like, well, see, my brothers really didn't get into it. I did. I like period films, like a little bit of fantasy. Of course, I grew up with Star Wars. That was like, when the Phantom Menace came out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you were getting 7-Eleven cups and shit?
No, we were like, I was just so. Well, my dad was a huge influence on oh yeah, since he grew up with the old, with the New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So he introduced me and Alex to Star Wars, and we had it on like VHS. That's how old I am.
Well, I mean, I'm just 2 years, if not a year, younger than you are.
Did he talk about being? No, he didn't talk about that. No. Growing up, my favorite cartoon movie was Thumbelina. That was my movie.
Mine was
Thumbelina. That was a non-Disney movie.
I still don't know what this is. I think you even showed me the picture, the Google pictures of it.
I was so obsessed with Thumbelina that I actually had the little costume and I would wear it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's favorite cartoon was Batman. He would walk around the house with his little Batman shirt with a towel around his pretending he was oh yeah, he was that dingle. He was that goober.
Mine's just Batman and Spider-Man. Spider-Man because of my uncle. My uncle got me into all the movies and shit, and then everything else. So Spider-Man for me. And then now that my little nephew's growing up, man, he's into Spider-Man too.
And my brother Chris was into the Spider-Man, but the Topher Grace one. The Topher Grace? It's a Topher something. Not Topher Grace. It's Topher. Shit. Tobey Maguire. Sorry.
Topher Grace.
There's Topher Grace.
Who is Topher Grace?
The guy from that '70s show, the Eric Foreman. That's Topher Grace. I'm like.
Are you talking about Red Foreman's dad? Red Foreman's son?
Yeah.
Dude, that was Green Goblin.
No,
my Green Goblin was that other guy. I'm gonna get you, Spider-Man. Yeah, I know.
No, he was Eddie Brock. Venom. Venom. Yeah.
No, that was who was that? That was fucking man, what is his name? He was on The Warrior. He was on The Warrior. Damn, that's a homegirl. Husband's a homegirl too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I like the movies Little Miss Sunshine, which is so good. That's one of my top 5 favorite films that I like. I like Little Miss Sunshine. I guess it would be considered a dark comedy, but I don't really know. I'm not really sure.
I don't. I haven't really seen it, to be honest.
It's with Toni Collette. It has Steve
Jim
Carell.
Jim Carrey, right?
No. It has that actor that died, the old man. He actually made the film funny. I think without him, the film would not be good. What else?
You know, what's your favorite stand-up? Who's your favorite stand-up comedian? Mine's Pablo Francisco. If y'all don't know who Pablo Francisco is,
I actually saw him live once, and he just, I don't know, not to bash him or nothing, but like the one time I saw him live, he just seemed kind of out of it. He was either drunk or he was like his whole stand-up really wasn't that funny. It just like something was off, and like people had complained about his behavior on stage. So it just, to me, because Josh Wolf, who's another, I think that's one of my favorite comedians, Josh Wolf. He's just so fun. I mean,
she showed me who that was a couple times. He's okay. I like Jim Gaffigan. You ever seen Jim Gaffigan?
Jim.
Oh man, what is that one? There's one in that's on Netflix right now. It's called The Speshy Weshy, and he talks about it. It's Chris something, and he's funny because he talks about his daughters and shit, or his little girl that he has. That's why he called it that. But that shit is funny as hell. I forgot what it's called.
Another comedian that I
Appreciate
like.
it.
I don't know his name, but he's the dude that did his one. He actually made a movie about it too, about his time in Russia, and that he hung out with the Russian gang, and they robbed a train and shit.
Are you talking about
I
he
don't.
has his shirt off?
Yeah,
The Machine?
The Machine.
Yeah, I forgot what his name is, man. Bert something. He always chills with Joe Rogan. Yeah, I forgot what his name is, man. He's a big drinker. Like, as soon as he goes on stage, he has a shirt, and then he takes it off, and that's how he does his stand-up, just like that. Oh man, I forgot. I think it's Bert.
Bert something.
Like bro, that's how you know this guy is so funny. He's so funny we can't even remember his fucking name.
He actually
Nah, it's not Ryan Gosling. No. His name is. He's like an older dude. Like he's got the beard and shit. He always talks about his wife and his 2 daughters.
He actually did a segment on a talk show that he did. He unknowingly gave his. He talked about how his one of his daughters was becoming a woman, and so the daughter wanted to have what's called a period party. And I was like, that's a thing? Seriously? I didn't have one. Shit.
Well, no, I mean, I just. Oh, yeah, I forgot what the fuck his name is. Damn, what is his name, bro? It's Bert something. Right. He's with Joe Rogan all the time. He goes with.
He's the comedian that has his shirt off a lot.
All the damn time, if not anything. And when he does his stand-ups, his shirt's always off. You know, he did the Russian Mafia bit. Oh, shit.
It's Bert something. Anyways. I used to like Elisa Lampanelli, but she had retired from comic.
From comedy?
From comedy, but she was known as the Queen of Mean, and she would just roast. I mean, she did a lot of the Donald Trump roast type stuff. Yeah, but she retired, which I'm kind of not happy about that, but you know what. What else? What's his name? I've seen Eric Rivera live.
I don't know who that is. We've yet to go to, she wants to take me to a comedy club one day. I've never been to a comedy club.
Just prepare to because there's always that one heckler, and it's always a girl. I don't know what it is with these females that get drunk and that can't hold their alcohol. The last time that I was at one, they had to kick her out because she was having like a full-blown conversation, almost like on the speaker, and she had been drinking, and then the comic had like called her out on it. Another female comic like called her out on them. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of the club if you're gonna be rude.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh,
every time that I've been to a comedy club, it's always a woman. Always a woman getting drunk, or like that can't, that's too loud, being too loud, or like gets offensive, or like not offensive, but they get offended to what's said. I'm like, bitch, if you can't handle a comedy club, get out.
Well, they just can't handle standing there, like
they just can't handle There's actually a comedian that looks just like my brother. At first, I thought that it was him. I'm like, fuck, that looks just like Christopher. The glasses, I'm like, that's your doppelganger, dude. I even showed my parents, and they kind of like freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck? That looks like Chris. I mean, I kind of forgot his name. I follow him on YouTube, and he has to deal with hecklers, and it's these females too that they can't hold their liquor down.
Oh, they got like to throw it off. Damn, that should be funny.
Oh, it is funny seeing them making them look stupid. Well, it really is funny.
It's a comedian, and you can't really clown on him because anything you say, they're like ready and prepared for it. So it's like,
oh yeah,
you're just already seeing like somebody get ripped to shreds by somebody that does this for a living,
Yeah, and usually, if they're like being so loud to where people are, because other people were like telling her to like to shut the fuck up, like, bitch, like, sit down or get out.
Yeah.
So, like, when I go to comedy clubs, most comedy clubs, you have to order 2 drinks. I mean, that's just that could be just for yourself, or, that could be, for 2 people. I usually get just maybe 1, maybe 2, and then, like, a little, like some food there. Mm-hmm. That way, you won't get drunk.
Well, you want to embarrass yourself?
Well, no.
It's not, excuse me, it's not to embarrass yourself, but it's just, you should eat before you go. Because I bet you the food.
Sorry.
I bet you the food in there is expensive.
Well, the food is more like, they're more like snacks. They're like there's like cheese fries, there's like maybe like corny dogs. I mean, just like small shit, really. I usually just get the cheese fries, so that's like the cheapest thing on the menu. Mm-hmm. And it's small, so but it depends on what club that you go to. Yeah, but I've actually seen quite a few people. My parents saw Jerry Seinfeld in Oklahoma. My brother got them tickets, and they went down there. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I've seen Pablo Francisco live, which his act was it could have been better. I've seen Josh Wolf twice. Josh Wolf was funny as hell. Josh Wolf was real funny. I saw him twice. I've seen
You got a fucking brain
Dave.
freeze. Oh!
I've seen who else? I've seen Eric Rivera live. I've seen that actor Chris from SNL, the Chris Chris something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He is so short in real life. I'm like, damn.
The short white dude.
He's like my height. I'm like, fuck, he's little.
You're taller than I am. It was yesterday.
But he seemed like shorter. I'm like, damn.
It was until yesterday, but I didn't know she was taller than I was.
I think that you're 5'5". Maybe 5'6".
No, I'm 5'3".
No.
Oh, because you're taller than I am.
No, my ex-fiance was 5'3", and you can see the height difference. So, and you're taller than he was. So I'm just saying. But you're like 5'5".
Man, yo.
I hate having eczema, y'all, and it's up all. My arms just feel so rough now. It really does suck.
It looks like it hurts.
It does hurt if you scratch too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it hurts. You can't, you have to constantly take a shower.
No, just you have to constantly put cream, because I put cream this morning and it's still dry.
What about lotion? Does it dry it up?
No, it's supposed to help.
There's look, all right, if y'all ever see me do this, if y'all ever see me just randomly do this to her, it's like, bruh, this...
You have soft skin. Shit.
I do?
This is like, feel that. That's rough.
Well, no, it's like sandpaper, to be honest. No,
That's like sandpaper.
I'm playing.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm playing. But if y'all, randomly ever see me do this, bro, she has, and the shit's weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fucking weird. But it's bro, if you, I'm not mad at you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. If you ever rub up against me, I'll be like, oh my god, she's soft as fuck. Well, right there.
I have to put lotion on. It's not enough. It
Why does it
what?
smell like that?
Escabus and lavender, right? Escabus.
What the fuck does that say?
I bought it at Bed Bath and Body Works.
I don't speak Spanish. No, I'm not.
Oh, my little.
That
some skin came off.
Yeah.
Some skin came off. Been scratching too much.
Bro, it doesn't bother me. It's just
I've tried every steroid. Actually, the steroids don't work for me. They don't work. And plus, I don't want to have to depend on steroids, because there are some people who have like eczema on their face and shit, and they don't use steroids no more. There was this one girl, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for her. She also has the same shit I do, but she was using steroids for so long. And it's almost like being an addict. When you get off steroid cream, like her face, she looked like a burn victim. Her face was peeling. It was, it was so awful. But she just chose.
See, you see what I'm saying, man? And I'm nobody's pulled me aside and be like, bro, what are you doing to her? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's pulled me aside. I'm actually glad.
I have eczema, y'all. See?
I'm actually glad nobody does that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's bad.
Because I'm like, fuck. Okay, so as her boyfriend, I try to do as much as possible to make her feel comfortable and everything like that. And then at times when she gets like that, I can't there's really nothing I can do. Or I can be like this, hang oh no, and then rub it and shit, and be like, no, that's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then again, that's fucking gross, because she fucking bleeds on that shit. So it's like, can't really do much. So it's like I just gotta see her go through it, and it's like, fuck. I wish I can help you out. I wish there was something I can do.
It used to be a lot worse. I guess, I don't know if I was just so stressed out with my life back then, because I started getting like hand eczema only on the hands and arms for like almost like for like 2+ years, and my hands looked like they were like burned. It looked like that I had a 3rd-degree burn on both hands.
Damn.
It was bad.
And then sometimes when I'm talking to her, she does this shit.
Well, it's because I got the eczema.
No, I understand.
You can see it too.
There was a time when I had a serious conversation with her, and she was doing that, and I thought she was like doing something, and I was like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" She was like, "I got hand eczema," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And that was the first time she pointed it out to me.
They're now considering it a autoimmune problem, which
What the fuck does that mean?
that means that there's no cure for it. Oh. Like my mom has
like COVID.
No, my mom also has not. I want to say that she has eczema because she showed me, and it almost looks like the same shit that I have on my hands, but hers kind of like come and go when she has a flare up. I'm like, but that almost sounds like eczema. Because I even went to to my family doctor, and like I showed her, because I was in a flare up, and I showed her like, listen, I mean, I've tried everything over the counter. I can't afford steroids, and I didn't want to do the steroid, because the steroid creams are like, I mean, they're like smaller. Usually steroid creams, they're fucking like this size. I'm like, they're like the little, like those little tubes. I mean,
steroid cream.
This shit's bigger.
This is chapstick. This is her chapstick. It's not steroid cream.
She actually did prescribe me something for scabies, which I'm like, it was like almost like it was like a little bit bigger than this, but it was like $700. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I'd rather die.
I'm like, just you know what? Fuck that.
It's fucking crazy how expensive healthcare is, that it makes you just be like, you know what? If I die, it's gonna be all right.
If I die, I die.
Like, you know, like,
because especially for people who are like diabetics or like they have asthma. You know, thankfully my grandmother has insurance, but still, it's still expensive. Insulin shot. There's a story where a young man, he was like in his early 20s, was a type 1 diabetic, and like had been for ever since he was a child, and he had died because he could not afford insulin.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
and so like the mom was trying to sue, I guess, the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Because her son, I think, had insurance, but for some reason it wasn't covering his insulin.
Well, yeah, because you have to, and then you have to wait like a whole fucking year. If you got a plan and your plan doesn't cover what you got, you have to get the most expensive one at your job or anything else. If you work for Amazon, I think Amazon has the best insurance. The Blue Cross Blue Shield, yeah. If you have
that's what my parents have.
Sign up for that. Sign up for the most expensive one, man. Because, shit, that one, hell, I didn't have to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to come out. If you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, get the most expensive plans on there. You know, in my personal opinion, just because it helps out with everything, dental, all that other shit.
I can't fucking afford that shit. I
can't afford, dude. You know what?
I can't even afford Obamacare. I could not afford it. I couldn't afford it because that there would be almost half of my paycheck gone.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Fuck.
I went in this dental office right here, and there's a dental office.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hey, that's what's up. Hey, that's man. If the apocalypse ever goes down, you know what I'm saying. This guy got the plan. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, man. I can't even afford. I honestly was embarrassed when I went to this dental office right here. I went in there and I got everything took and everything. Then they told me that I had this and I had that and everything else. And she's looking too. She's looking at my shit. She like that shit right there.
Yeah,
And they told me
I just feel like going to a dental office, especially if you've never, like for me, I've never had cavities. I've always had good teeth. Of course, in the past, I've had fucked up teeth.
They
But,
told me it would be $2,000.
See that? No.
And I didn't even have nothing on hand. And I had to walk out of there embarrassed because my insurance didn't cover that. And then they were like, well, you can pay it each out of pocket each week, each this, each that. Like I fucking had it. Like I can just pull it out of my pocket and be like, pow, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying that I'm gonna do this, but I'm saying I'd rather die than pay. I'd rather fucking die than help
And
myself
like sometimes, like my mom has RA, and she has to take a lot of medication just to help with the symptoms because and plus she has to take like my mom,
and then you gotta pay for bills.
Yeah, well, thankfully that her job, she works for the post office, so she makes good money.
Yeah.
So but even because sometimes when like she'll go to the doctor, just to get her, her hormone shot, and sometimes that they'll be out of it, meaning like she has to take extra estrogen and shit, just to, but sometimes
I know it should be like
she'll,
Canada. I said, look, because you said medical care should be free. And it should be like Canada.
It's free everywhere except the U.S. and some other countries. Some other third world country doesn't have insurance.
Well, yeah, that's how this world goes around. That's how the U.S. makes their money. So, I mean, we're fucked. Capital F. Yeah, it really does.
Our healthcare sucks, and our education system really sucks.
Well, even the penal system fucking sucks. Hell, that's basically what the education system is based off of.
Yeah.
The education system is based off of prison and shit like that. They got you lined up in a line and shit like that.
Yeah. They don't give a shit about their own people. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
They just waste a bunch of taxpayers' money on babysitters.
I
mean, I'm not saying that because you were educated before, but I'm saying that, like, at a point you don't get paid enough to care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's why at my last job I just got to a point to where I just kind of I did the minimum, the base minimum, because my pay was so low. And you know what? I'm not going to do any extra training if I'm not being paid for it. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, because at first, when I first started working there, we had to pay out of pocket. That's fucked up. I've never worked at a job to where we had to pay for our own training outside of work, or take online classes, had to pay a fee. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Even when I worked for Dillard's, I had paid training. That was for a day, but it was still paid training. So that was the only, but like towards the end.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting that time, bro. So we gotta dip, but we'll be back on here tonight. See you guys later.
Bye, y'all.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they don't do it. You know how it is. Well, we gotta dip. I'll holler at y'all.
Bye.